Coming up now, we have the first of our quarterfinals of the 8-man eliminator, Ilijoksi taking on the man they call Biscuits, Johnny McKenna.
I've yet to find out why they call him Biscuits, but I'm sure I'll tell you eventually.
Of our quarterfinals, fighting out of the blue corner, Ilijoksi.
So the boy from 8 Blade Warriors, trained by Superboy, 11 fights, 10 wins, an impressive record. And this one's brought to you by Ladbrokes, and I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of money flying around on this 8-man eliminator.
Yeah, it's an interesting affair. Ladbrokes, the odds are really close. There's a couple of favourites. Ilijoksi looking strong on the odds.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's the
man
player.
Biscuits, Johnny McKenna also had 10 fights, 8 wins and 1 draw. Both boys have only had the 1 loss. So, you've got to give it the side as you're matching with this 8-man eliminator, Hammer.
Yeah, it's stacked, that's for sure, this weight division. There's no lack of talent in this weight division. There's so many fighters to choose from, and these are some of the best right here.
So 2 of Victoria's best fighting it out in the first quarterfinal of the 8-man eliminator, $5,000.
Okay guys, 3 rounds, 2 minutes, full tie rules are, fight strong, fight fair, obey my instructions at all times. Any questions? Guys, touch gloves, good luck, let's go.
As Elias was just saying, 3 turnarounds, full tie rules. You don't always see full tie rules in an 8-man eliminator, because if you get a cut, that's just about it for the night, Hammer.
Yeah, well, definitely, it's going to make for an interesting affair. Especially, I suppose, the first round, Muaythai is they take the elbows out, but they've elected to let them all go.
And Hammer, when you're fighting in an 8-man eliminator, so to get through the final, you've got to fought 2 hard fights, and then of course you get the final fight as well. Do you try and conserve your energy? Do you conserve your legs? Yeah,
generally that's a smarter strategy, is not to start clashing shins and kicking too hard down low. The fighters look to kick to the body perhaps, where it's a little bit softer, and there's not as much of a chance of clashing shins or knee to shin. And definitely, going the bombs with the hands, trying to have an early finisher with the punching.
Because you see with a lot of eliminators, someone might get a win, but then they don't come out for the next fight because they're just too banged up.
That's right. It's such a hard formula to work out, 8-man events. Obviously, I've done a few 4-man tournaments, and the 4-man tournaments, is a little bit safer. But the 8-man, they're full of risk and reward. If you get through, and they're real crowd pleasers, because everyone really is filled with anticipation on how the fights are going to go, who's going to get through, what injuries they're going to have, how they're going to look, in their next round. And often you'll see fighters get through their first round and they just come back, in the second round. They've got nothing left. They're spent, yeah.
For the viewers at home, Johnny McKenna with the black trunks, Alex Ilijoksi with the white trunks.
Work, fellas,
McKenna trained by Tau out of Sorjoy Pet, and Alex Ilijoski out of 8 Blades with Superboy in the corner.
The boys from 8 Blades, they're really having some good wins, and their fighters are just going from strength to strength, the 8 Blades crew.
At the moment, Ilijoski just sort of stepping up the pace and getting a little bit busy. A quick 2-minute rounds. Again, Hammer, 3 2-minute rounds, you don't have time to settle it. You've got to get in, try and get the knockout, get the points up nice and early.
Yeah, look, personally, I love the 3x2 fights. I think, fast and furious and entertaining. And, that's what people want to see.
Please stay down. Okay, round 2.
Ilijoski, he's a strong campaigner, and for mine, one of the favourites in this. I reckon he could probably take it out, Ilijoski.
He's had trouble getting matchups, Hammer, which has been, I think, probably frustrated the team at 8 Blades for a while. But I tell you what, he's a bit of a, as you said, a bit of a dark horse in this one.
Yeah, he's underrated, very underrated. And, I rate him. But Johnny McKenna as well. I really like the style of Johnny McKenna. He's in this weight division. For me, he's a great up and comer, and he's had some hard draws. He's had some hard fights. His record is really not indicative of I think his fighting ability. I think he's really good, and he's got a bright future if he persists.
And just looking at Biscuits at the moment, Hammer seems to be breathing quite heavily through his mouth.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes if that's a fitness thing or if this is a bad mouth guard.
Yeah, we've all seen that happen on a fight night, Hammer, where they turn up without their mouth guards, got to wear someone else's, or quickly race down to the local 24/7 chemist and try and grab one. But But at the moment, McKenna probably needs to bring this one home. Good counter kicking again there from Ilijoksi, but McKenna just controlling centre ring, not letting Ilijoski set the tempo.
Oh, cracking right hand from Ilijoski getting through the guard of McKenna. But he'll keep pushing forward, Johnny McKenna. You know, he's as I said, he's a long-rangey fighter for this weight division too. He's got good height, good reach, and he punches straight, clean technique. Technically, he's well put together. I think Tao's done a great job in prepping him.
He's got some really good evasive skills as well. You know, he's weaving out of the way of some kicks. There was a slow-mo one there, but he seems to be able to evade a lot of good kicks coming through.
Yeah, for the taller fighter, you know, generally it's the shorter fighters that are more, you know, they've got better evasion, but he's actually moving quite well.
There was another good round there for Ilijoski. He had some good shots with the hands as well as the core McKenna.
He's just solid, you know, he's solid, and he's got big shoulders, big upper body, and a lot of power, you know. Kicks hard, he punches hard, and I think it's just really draining on his opponents because he really grinds them down with all his power.
Third and final round of quarterfinal number 1. Who's going to progress through to the semi-final? And it is a cracking 8-man. We've got fighters from Perth, New South Wales, New Zealand coming up as well. And so Signage has really gone across the country and even overseas to bring the best fighters for this 8-man eliminator. Big crossing elbow there from McKenna, just missing the mark. 2 good counter kicks from Ilijoski.
Alex, the towel.
Inside goes the inside thigh. Generally changing levels of attack as well. Ilijoski double round kick off the rear leg. Switches, he's almost switching into southpaw momentarily, and he's real comfortable in that opposite stance. Comes back to orthodox and kicks with a lot of power off both sides as well.
Yeah, one of the things we said earlier in the first round, Hammer, is to try and conserve the legs and not get too much damage to the shins. I don't think these boys have thrown a low kick throughout the fight, so they've pretty much been going for, you know, above the waist.
Yeah, and smart tactics from both.
So Ilijoski just putting McKenna back in the corner there, big overhand right.
Into the right round kick. A lot of power off that rear side of Ilijoski. McKenna tries for the step up left hook. And one out.
Good counter kicking too from Ilijoski as well.
Yeah, he's got great timing, just countering well. Whenever McKenna comes in, looks for the big shot. Ilijoski moves off to the side and counters with a round kick.
Separate. Chop.
So dying moments of this third and final round. Quarter final number 1, jumping Superman punch there from McKenna.
Step through elbow off the lead, McKenna. Ilijoski, good evasion again from the high kick. Clubbing overhand right, McKenna pushing forward now. Oh, big right hook from Johnny McKenna, nicely done.
There you have it, 3 down. This one's going to go to the judge's decision. Who's going to go through to the first semi-final? Look at some of those highlights there. Good counter kicking from both fighters. Crossing elbow there from McKenna, just missing the mark. Hammer, this one's going to be a close one, probably leaning the way of Ilijoski.
Yeah, McKenna finished strong. You know, it was probably the early rounds that he was a little behind, but good strong finish. But Ilijoski, look at him, he looks fresh. He looks fresh and ready to roll into the next round.
We've gone to the judges' scorecards. Your winner and moving through to semi-final number 1, blue corner, Alex Ilijoski.